Imagine you're standing at a party. You meet someone named Jack. After just a few minutes of conversation, you decide he's a good person. But wait, how do you know that? Is your mind playing tricks on you? In today's video, we'll dive deep into the mental shortcuts our brain uses to make decisions, and how they often lead us down the wrong path. Based on insights from behavioral economics and the fascinating world of Daniel Kahneman, we'll uncover why your brain's instincts may be sabotaging your success and how to fight back. Let's start with the two characters that rule your brain, System 1 and System 2. Picture it like this. System 1 is a caveman, fast, instinctive, and driven by survival. System 2 is the philosopher, slow, logical, and methodical. Now imagine you're in a life or death situation. You see a speeding car coming toward you. Without thinking, System 1 kicks in, and you jump out of the way. That's survival instinct at work. But here's the catch. While System 1 keeps us alive in these moments, it also controls many of our daily decisions, often leading us to snap judgments and bad choices. System 2, on the other hand, is where our logic lives. It's the part of your brain that stops you from saying something dumb in an argument or helps you make a rational choice about a big investment. But activating System 2 takes energy, and honestly, most of us don't like to use it unless we absolutely have to. Let's dive into a few mental traps that System 1 sets for us. The first one, the halo effect. Ever meet someone well-dressed and polite and instantly assume they're smart and competent? That's the halo effect at work. We judge someone's entire personality based on just one characteristic, and this can lead to terrible decisions. For example, imagine two surgeons, one charismatic and well-spoken, the other a bit sloppy and quiet. Who would you pick to operate on you? Most people would pick the charismatic one, but the quiet surgeon might actually be more skilled. It's a classic example of the halo effect clouding your judgment. Next, let's talk about the framing effect. This happens when the way information is presented changes how you perceive it. Let's say you're at the grocery store and see two cartons of milk. One says 70% fat-free. The other says 30% fat. They're exactly the same, but most people choose the 70% fat-free option. Why? Because the brain prefers the positive-sounding choice, even when it's identical to the alternative. This effect is everywhere, from marketing to politics to our personal decisions. So the next time you're faced with a choice, stop and ask yourself, am I being influenced by the way this information is presented? Here's another powerful force that shapes our decisions: loss aversion. Did you know that losing $1,000 feels twice as painful as winning $1,000 feels good? This fear of loss drives many of our actions, often keeping us stuck in bad jobs, unhealthy relationships, or poor investments, just because we're afraid to lose what we already have. Our brains are wired to avoid loss at all costs, but this mentality can hold us back from taking the risks we need to grow. Now let's talk about the gambler's fallacy. This one's a classic. After flipping heads 7 times in a row, you'd think the next coin flip must be tails, right? Wrong. The odds are still 50-50, but our brains love to believe that past events influence the future, even when they don't. This fallacy can lead us to make bad financial decisions, assuming that past success will guarantee future results, or that past failure dooms us. In reality, each event is independent of the last. One more trap: the sunk cost fallacy. This happens when you've invested so much in something, money, time, effort, that you can't bear to let it go, even when it's clearly not working. Think about that expensive concert you forced yourself to attend in the rain, or the job you hate but won't quit because you've already put in years of work. Knowing when to cut your losses is key to making better decisions, even when your brain insists on holding on. So how do we outsmart these mental traps? First, we need to slow down. When faced with a decision, take a moment to let System 2 kick in. Question your first instinct, challenge the assumptions you're making, and dig deeper into the real question you're trying to answer. Second, be aware of these biases. Once you know about the halo effect, the framing effect, and all these other traps, you can start to recognize them in your own life. And the more you recognize them, the more you can control them. Remember, your brain is trying to protect you. But in today's complex world, sometimes what we need isn't protection. It's a deeper, more thoughtful approach to life's challenges. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this breakdown of how your mind shapes your financial decisions, don't forget to subscribe for more insights. See you in the next video.